What's up, YouTube? Hey, check it out. I'm just pulling up at Fit Life Foods. This is a place where they have meal prep, they have healthy food. I just started coming here about 2 weeks ago. Excuse me, because I realized, like I said in a previous video, I realized health is wealth. The healthier I am, the more money I make. So this is a place I've been meal prepping my own meals for a while, but with running the businesses and everything, meal prepping sometimes gets kind of busy. So I figured that I'll need to go somewhere to get meals prepped for me. So Fit Life Foods is a really good place, really good healthy food store that I like coming into. I like getting food. The food's healthy and everything like that. So I come here quite often. While I was in Fort, hey, how you doing? Good morning. When I was in Fort Lauderdale over the weekend, I wanted something to eat. It was breakfast time. I thought about somewhere like McDonald's. I really don't go there anymore, but since I was out of town, I didn't know where I could go. I Googled Fit Life Foods, and one was about 5 minutes away from me. So even where I'm moving, they have Fit Life Foods down there too. So, and I think just eating healthy makes me a better entrepreneur. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of the meals that they have that I get. See the breakfast meal. So, are all the breakfast meals in a certain spot?
Yeah, so they're all color-coded.
Okay.
So they're all blues will be breakfast, greens, lunch, and dinner. At the very end will be your snacks and orange and desserts.
Okay, thank you. So, for the breakfast, let's see what I'm gonna have this morning. Let's do the Southwest Scramble. So we're gonna do the Southwest Scramble today, and I'm gonna let you guys know how it is. But like I said, they have plenty of stuff. So like I said, guys, health is wealth. So, start eating healthy, start working out, make sure you treat your body good, because your body is a temple. So we got that Southwest Scramble, you know what I'm saying? So in it looks like we got some eggs, beans, peppers, onions, turkey meat. So it tastes pretty good. It's really good. But today what I want to talk to you guys about is, like I told you before, I love business. I love being on YouTube. And one of the reasons why I had a subscriber email me a question. She wanted to know, is it a good time to start a dispatching service with so many trucking businesses going out of business? I think in the email she sent me an article about 3,500 truck drivers losing their jobs in the month of December. But you guys should already know, I think about business a lot differently than most people. And I think you need to, because people always talk about how 1% of the world controls 99% of the wealth. But what you need to remember, that 1% of people think a lot differently and have a totally different mindset than the other 99% of people in the world. So if you want to become wealthy, you want to live a successful life, you have to start thinking differently, especially about business. You can't watch the news, you can't listen to the media about all these trucking businesses going out of business and let that create fear. First, one thing I realized since becoming an entrepreneur is you can't live life in fear. I don't fear other trucking businesses going out of business or what's going to happen tomorrow or anything, period. I just think about what I'm doing today, what I need to do in business today, because fear will slow you down. So guys, why, I want to give you the answer as to why you shouldn't be worried about other trucking businesses going out of business when starting your dispatch service. And I want to also tell you why all these major trucking companies are going out of business. So I want to talk about that part first, why they're going out of business. So first of all, as a business owner or a future business owner, you don't need to look at other businesses and what they're doing. And I'll tell you the reason why, because these larger trucking companies are going out of business because over the years they bought so many trucks, and now they don't have the work for the trucks. Not saying the work isn't out there, but they just grew too fast, just way too quickly. So every time I ride past a lot of these yards for these larger trucking companies, just like Celadon when they were open, you just see, start paying attention guys, you just see trucks and trucks, so many trucks just sitting in that yard. And I don't care, in trucking, if those wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. Those wheels have to be turning. So these trucking companies are growing way too fast. But I'm gonna tell you why that's a good thing for you as a dispatcher or a future dispatcher. The reason why that's a good thing is because they're going out of business, and that's opening up a lot of loads for smaller trucking companies. You gotta remember also, when you become a dispatcher, you're not gonna be dispatching for a large trucking company. They have their own in-house dispatchers. You're gonna be dispatching for smaller trucking companies, like one-man operations, owner operators. You know, it might have one truck, 2 or 3 trucks, something like that, but it won't be a large trucking company. And the good thing about these larger trucking companies closing down, those are going to be more loads on the load boards. Eventually absorb some of those loads from these larger trucking companies that went out of business. So it takes a while after a trucking company goes out of business, but the load board does pick up. The reason why it takes a while is because most of those loads were direct shipments. You know, these larger trucking companies are not really using the load boards. They have direct shippers. But me as a business owner, I don't think about them going out of business. I think about how can I benefit from this situation. So I really, after we had a lot of larger trucking companies go out of business in 2019, I really been getting on direct shippers. And I've got so many direct shippers in 2019, I increased my revenue in 2019. I increased it by 130% compared to 2018. That's a lot more money. And the reason why, because I've really been hitting up those direct shippers. I seen an opportunity and I went after it. And I know I might not made a video putting it to you guys like this, but I want you to start, you know, thinking for yourself too. I want you to watch my videos, but think even deeper. Take what I say, but take it a step further. And the reason why I'm doing this, to be honest, I really want you to succeed in business. And I know that's what it takes. You can't learn everything just by watching my videos, because I think every person in every business is unique. So you can watch my videos, but take more from it. Start to think of more ideas on how you can make money and how you can generate income for you and yourself and your family. So, like I said, you got to get on the direct shippers. Those direct shippers is plenty of direct shipments out there that's coming directly from the shipper. So basically, if you don't know what a direct shipper is a lot of loads are posted on the load board. So you have the load board just like thousands of other people, and you find loads on that load board. But loads from a direct shipper is when you get in an agreement with a shipper and you getting loads directly from the shipper. So these loads aren't going through a broker. So you still can get loads paying like $3 per mile or more than that on the load board, but a lot of loads would just be like $2 a mile, or, you know, a little bit over that. But when you get a load from a direct shipper, you're gonna get $3 plus per mile. It just depends on whatever money you can get from that direct shipper. But the thing you have to remember is not going through the broker. That broker is gonna take some money off top of from the load. So I still use the load boards, but I have a lot of direct shippers too. So you got to really get on those direct shippers. So that's why I don't think larger trucking companies going out of business is a problem for me, first of all, as a trucking business, because my trucking business has done better this year, because I'm not going out just buying tons of trucks, you know, because I don't want to create just like a ton of overhead. Then I got trucks just sitting in the yard, you know what I'm saying? So I like to keep those trucks moving, you know what I'm saying? Whether they're trucks I own, my owner operators that work with me, or if it's trucks that my company's dispatching. I don't want them sitting. So even for companies that we dispatch, I remind them too, don't grow too large too fast. And another word of encouragement, if you're a truck driver and you work for one of these companies like Celadon that went out of business, or another company that went out of business in 2019, what I would do, you need to use that as your advantage. Since being in business, I learned to use losses as an advantage to me. So if you work for a trucking company that went out of business, that should teach you a lesson that you can't depend on other companies. You got to have the confidence in yourself to believe that you can start a company and you can be more successful with your own company than working for somebody else. So if you're out there and you lost your job last year, just I would let that eat me up. I would let that eat me up. And, I would think about how I didn't see that coming. It happened out of nowhere. And that's the reason I don't like working for other companies, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You're putting all your hope, feeding your family, taking care of your kids, your spouse, all that into a company that you really don't know anything about. So I think a lot of people think starting a business is risky. I believe working for other people is risky, because you never know what's going on. You never know the true finances of the company or how good or bad they're doing. So that's why I recommend for you to go out and you can start your own company. so you know everything that's going on inside your company. So like I said, start your business. Start it in 2020. You know what I'm saying? I believe everybody should have the confidence in themselves to go out and build a successful business. Because I'm telling you, if you do it, it's going to be a life changer. So I thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, don't worry about these larger trucking companies going out of business. If anything, hey, start a consulting firm. Hey, consult these larger trucking companies. Just because they're a bigger company don't mean they know everything. That's one thing you got to realize about business too. But hey, thank you guys. Hey, if you need anything, hit me up at info@highspeedlogistics.com. Make sure you go and download my free guide, how to start, the ultimate guide to starting your own freight dispatch company. Go and download that. That's a great guide. If you want a phone call from me, go to my website and schedule it.